Hey, 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 boys and girls. Guess what today is? That's right, we're going to be going over the second part of Dexter's Odyssey. The Sword of the Phoenix. Now, in case y'all want a nice little recap on what the fuck happened with part one. Part one, we got into the origin story of Mandark, the main villain of Dexter's laboratory. So Mandark was born. He fucking arrives on some fucking planet. He becomes the ruler of the planet after the previous ruler died in a car accident 12 days prior. Establishes his fucking dynasty. Spent 300 years sitting on his ass and jerking off until he finally gets around to colonizing some other planet. Then a bunch of people led by this Arthur Windbear fucking decide to take the fight back to Mandark using a bunch of fucking dinosaurs that somehow know how to travel through space. Anyway, they defeat fucking Mandark in the end, but they don't kill him. Oh, and also Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls in this because fuck it, why not? But anyway, now we're getting into the second part. This is the Sword of the Phoenix. Let's see how this one goes. The Sword of the Phoenix. On November 15th, 346 TE, again, I have no idea what TE means. Anyway, Dexter Andrew Zaris was born to Arthur Windbear and Mary Oceanbird. By the way, in case you haven't seen the first video, if that is the case, why the fuck are you here? But I'm not gonna be saying Zaris. Like, I got no problem calling Arthur Windbear or Mary Oceanbird. I'm not gonna bother using Zaris there, but for Dexter here, I'm just gonna call him Dexter, because why not, you know? Anyway, where were we? He was greeted by a probe named Clyde 100. He is then sent home to the Zaris residence to be raised by Arthur Windbear and Mary Oceanbird. Oh, I was so fucking nervous that he'd be fucking kidnapped or something. Anyway. 7 years later, the dinosaurs left their territories to go to work and to do their daily jobs with the Reptarian humans, aliens, and robots. Even the young dinosaurs, humans, aliens, and robots went to the greatest advanced learning facility and campus in the history of the Timbox Galaxy. For those who are wondering, Timbox is what this guy who is writing this disaster of a movie calls himself. This is this guy's online name. This guy's named Timbox. It's like Chris Chan inserting himself into fucking Sonic Shoe, but worse, actually. The Pokey Oaks Academy of Reptaria, an advanced learning facility that is for classes from preschool, from pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, elementary, middle school, high school, college, and university students. Holy shit. We're just shoving all these fucking kids into one single building. Who needs separate schools for separate grade levels or anything? Who needs that shit? Just shove them all in the same building. You know? College kids and fucking first graders eating lunch together. We truly made it as a species. Anyway. Go away. Dexter was introduced to the leading teacher and principal of the Pokey Oaks Academy of Reptaria, Miss Keene, in the Powerpuff Girls. She was the Powerpuff Girls teacher. For 9 years, Dexter grows up in the Pokey Oaks campus, training to become an adventure warrior just like his father. And he later wound up becoming a fucking plumber. In the year 362 TE, the Powerpuff Girls are created when Dexter and Professor Steve Utonium mixed sugar, spice, and everything nice, which are made from the Timbox Galaxy's best makers of sweets and candies. And Dexter tells the professor to add chemical X to the mix in order for them to have superpowers and in order for them to defeat the Astronomian Scourge. Okay. Then, a strong Borg is ready to kill the professor and Dexter and to steal the chemical-esque flask. A fight ensues until when the strong Borg is ready to kill the professor, Dexter bops the strong Borg with a baseball bat and he drops the chemical X flask into the vat, which resulted in pink, blue, green flames springing up from the vat and into the sky. Then it fell down to the spot near the vat, and the Hocus Pocus stirs the ingredients and blew life to the Powerpuff Girls, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. Again, this guy wants to make a full-fledged movie about this shit, and I have no idea how the hell he's gonna get away with it. But I generally do want this movie to happen. I would love nothing more than for this fucking train wreck of a movie to happen. I want to get a big fucking bowl of popcorn and just have it layered with a ton of butter and get myself a jumbo cup of Coca-Cola and sit my fat ass down in one of those fucking movie theater seats and watch this train wreck unfold. At the age of 18, Dexter and Professor Steve Utonium traveled to an iguanodon, which Dexter rode, and a Lygocitrus? Fuck it. Which the professor rode. To a temple in the highest peak of Reptaria's second tallest mountain, D2, which resembles K2. God gave the magical sword of the Phoenix more powers, and with their swords now with more magical powers, the professor and Dexter rode back to Pangea. Isn't that the name of the world from those fucking James Cameron Avatar movies? I don't know. Hearing this, Mandark likes the news and decided to challenge the Timboxians, the Powerpuff Girls, and Dexter. Over the next 4 years, Dexter fought in the Timbox Wars, exploring the Timbox worlds, falling in love with a member of the Timboxian Army's organization, Global, the black-haired 19-year-old Amy Jane Honeydew, etc., etc., etc. The Powerpuff Girls befriend Dexter and the Timboxians and having fun with the herd of Lambiosaurine dinosaurs in one scene. But in the yeet, not the year, it's the yeet, 366 TE, Mandark and Mojo Jojo got the ingredients from hair, snails, what? And a tail stolen from Mandark's pet, Smellodon, for the creation of the Rowdy Rough Boys. In a spectacular torchlit ceremony in an area in the Astronomian fortress town of Anator, Mojo Jojo drops the ingredients into a cauldron of chemical X, and the cauldron answered. Red, blue, green flames sprang up from the cauldron into the sky. Then it fell down to the spot near the vat, and the Hocus Pocus stirs the ingredients and blew life to the Rowdy Rough Boys, Brick, Boom, and Butch. Thus, the Rowdy Rough Boys befriend the Astronomians. Okay. Holy fuck. On July 369 TE, having his army defeated in a Timboxian surprise attack, and having been besieged for 369 years, Mandark and Mojo Jojo send themselves and an army of tens of thousands of Astronomian Strongborgs, Verikil and Primakil, to Reptaria to attack Reptaria's capital city of Pangaea. Realizing this, Dexter, his friends, and the armies began readying to battle. The Powerpuff Girls put on their very cool spacesuits, the same as those in the PPG episode Uh-Oh Dynamo, and Dexter was putting on some special super-powered armor similar to that of Terry Gilliam's Brazil 1985 by saying, "Where is the Tyrannosaurus and its prey? Where is the ape-like monster rampaging through the city? They have passed like meteors from space, like fires in Astronoma. I don't know. I don't care. The days have gone down in some Timboxian planets beside the mountains into darkness. At 11 a.m., they attack the Astronomians and Primakil. What follows is a very spectacular battle ensues in Pangaea. At one point, Dexter fought Lord Draco Astromanov, an organic Slakorian, for the last time when he appears from his hovering shuttle. Then the Powerpuff Girls put a bomb filled with Chemical X into the shuttle, and Dexter pushes him back to the shuttle, where it explodes, sending Draco's broken body falling to the city streets below. In the middle of the battle, Dexter shot an arrow dipped in Chemical X and fired to Mojo Jojo's brain, turning him into Mojo Jojo, the same 25-foot tall monster in the Powerpuff Girls movie. The Powerpuff Girls and Dexter began to chase him and all the way to a taller and fatter version of the Empire State Building, the Reptarian Research Center. The chase and battle atop the Reptarian Research Center will be similar to that of the 2005 remake of King Kong. At the end of the battle, Dexter plunges the Sword of the Phoenix into Mojo Jojo's heart. Holy shit, I've completely forgotten about that stupid sword anyway. Causing him to roar in pain. And with a sad, mortally wounded moan, Mojo Jojo fell with the Antidote X to his death in the streets. R.I.P. Monkey Man, R.I.P. The battle is finally over, and the surviving Astronomians and Primakil soldiers fled from Pangaea. Mandark found Lord Draco mortally wounded in the explosion of his shuttle, but he kept Draco alive with his powers, and Draco's shattered, dying body was taken to the planet Astronoma, where most of it was replaced with a droid body, forged by the Astronomian Strongborgs and Verikils that would complement his natural reflexes. The metamorphosis was complete, and Draco was renamed Lord Wilhelm Astronomanov. The suit built of Durasteel and armor plated uranium was built to resemble the Astra War droids, which resemble the Krath war droids in the Star Wars expanded universe. His armor-class plates were strong enough to stop a bolt from even a starfighter's laser cannon. Each human-sized hand had 4 fingers and 2 opposable thumbs, 3 digits to each half arm when they split to produce 4 arms. His hands and feet were capable of magnetizing when needed, allowing him to grip onto surfaces with incredible strength, even in 0 gravity. This motherfucker sounds like General Grievous. Holy shit. His feet could also work perfectly well as hands, and he could grasp things with his hands and feet. His body was able to move in a seemingly unlimited number of unnatural ways, with the twisting and alien movements of his body almost exclusively to his unorthodox fighting style, and with the transform in almost unlimited ways too. His internal organs were enclosed in a layer of pressurized syn flesh with an organic fluid to prevent the organs from being damaged by bacteria and harmful germs. Again, this sounds like fucking General Grievous from Star Wars. And to also maintain a suitable temperature to keep his organs alive and functional. His organs were nourished by artificial arteries, keeping them alive with blood from another astronomian subject, allowing him to survive in a vacuum, in space for example, an advantage he would display. This transformation, when combined with his ruthlessness as a warlord, turned him from a courageous, generous leader into an implacable killing machine incapable of any emotion other than bloodlust and anger. Mandark told Wilhelm that Stardark, a battle station the size of a large moon, is being built. Meanwhile, Blossom, the leader of the Powerpuff Girls, holding a magic mirror projecting images of Astronoma, told Dexter and Company, Mandark's wrath will be terrible, his retribution swift. The battle of Bangia is over. The final war against Mandark for the next 24 years is about to begin. All our hopes now lie with ourselves in this galaxy. The movie ends with the camera traveling through the tall buildings in Pangaea, which gave way to the rehabilitation center in the Astronomian countryside. Thus ends the Sword of the Phoenix, though it continues with the fall of Mandark. Ay. Okay. Holy fuck. That was quite something now, wasn't it, there? Okay, so, Mojo Jojo dies. There's this fucking big-ass school where every fucking child from, like, kindergarten to, like, university students just get shoved in there. There's this fucking sword that they mention at one point, then everyone forgets about the sword, then it gets brought back at the last minute. Mojo Jojo dies, and we get to deal with a fucking General Grievous man. There. So that was part 2. Stay tuned for tomorrow when we got to talk about the fall of Mandark. I'm sure that's going to be... I'm sure that's going to be one hell of an ending to the trilogy there. So, catch y'all there tomorrow.